these Democrats were playing games with people's lives and the food that they needed to survive.
The judge also said, and this was the judge in Rhode Island, that there was money available in other funding pots, like the one that was used for WIC. When you look at the facts, in 2019, SNAP was able to be funded. When you look at the court cases.
I have a few clips for us to look at of Trump's Secretary of Agriculture on CNN continuing the MAGA damage control as the administration attacked food stamps during the shutdown. So if you can, leave us a like on the video. It helps us out a ton. We want to get to 30,000 subscribers, and let's get right to the breakdown.
During the 2019 shutdown, for example, that's the second largest shutdown, obviously, the Trump administration said in multiple USDA documents that contingency funds could be used to fund SNAP in the event of a funding lapse. What changed?
Well, I was with the president during that shutdown, but I was in the West Wing. I was obviously not at USDA. I was with the Domestic Policy Council. I was not part of those discussions. I will just tell you what I know this time, that the president 100% believed that the government would reopen, that these Democrats were playing games with people's lives and the food that they needed to survive, that at the end of this, surely these Democrats wouldn't go 25 days, 30 days, 45 days, and that we would get this fully funded once the government reopened. Now, obviously, you all tracked this. When it went to the court said contingency funds can be used. It's not unconstitutional. The president said, Brooke, we're not going to fight that. We need to keep this moving.
Yeah, no, the back and forth was Trump trying to find any way to not pay SNAP benefits for political pressure, and ultimately taking it to the conservative majority Supreme Court that he handpicked to do so because he knew they'd have his back. It's undeniable at this point. Trump wanted to withhold SNAP benefits as a means of putting political pressure on Democrats. Denying that is just to deny reality, attempting to quite literally leverage the suffering of Americans to get his agenda forced through. And Trump's last term, the contingency fund, was enough per his own words. SNAP never ran into problems using this contingency fund before, where again, they literally tried every card in their deck to not have to use it in hopes they could turn around and then go, it was the Democrats' fault.
When you look at the facts, in 2019, SNAP was able to be funded. When you look at the court cases, I understand in principle you say, who is a judge to say what we need to do moving money around? But if there is money that is available that could be moved around, like was done for WIC, like was done to pay military members, and according to the information we have, that could be done in the immediate future. What do you say to someone who would ask, well, where's the sense of humanity? Why are you fighting this? Why are you going to the Supreme Court on this and fighting it? Where is the sense of humanity?
I mean, really, where is the sense of humanity when 15 different times over 45 days, they themselves admitted they were holding Americans hostage to a, $200 million for health care for illegal aliens, $50 million for NPR and left-leaning media centers.
Notice how she had no actual answer to the substance, so it's just right back to the talking points, buzzwords, and lies. Guys, if you put the same bill on the floor 14 times without changing a single thing, you obviously don't want it to pass. Nobody would ever do that. You want to make it a show, so then you could point at it and go, ha, they're voting against this. Objective fact time again. Democrats unanimously supported a bill to fund full SNAP benefits. Republicans refused to vote on it. Trump personally fought to pay these SNAP benefits all the way to the Supreme Court. Democrats also put forth multiple CRs, stated their negotiation points, and it was Republicans who refused to engage with any of this, while holding SNAP funds hostage, right? For what they seemingly thought, again, would gain them political leverage. The undeniable reality is if Democrats had the same majorities in the same situation, SNAP would not have been a question.
But also, I mean, and just reading through the court filings, the judge also said, and this was the judge in Rhode Island, that there was money available in other funding pots, like the one that was used for WIC. $750 million was transferred to WIC out of this other funding pot. This judge said, you didn't do that, you didn't use that, you could have to fully fund SNAP, and you fought it all the way to the Supreme Court.
Let's talk about that.
Okay, let's talk about it.
That judge in Rhode Island is the largest Democrat donor.
But besides that,
it's important though. There is a radical
which is a child nutrition program,
who decided that we could take money. Listen, there went a No Kings rally, a No Kings parade.
Again, nothing to actually address the substance, just the buzzwords. Democrat donor, radical left, Marxist judge was coming, I'm sure, if she wasn't cut off. But again, it's just Trump buzzwords to make MAGA shut their brains off to the actual facts at hand. I'm sorry, guys, Democrats can be judges too. The simple fact is that the money was there. Trump chose not to use it. Trump was then order to use it, and he fought doing it all the way to the Supreme Court. There is no way around those pesky facts. No matter how many times you say radical left or Marxist judge or Democrat donor or whatever other buzzwords you can fit to disregard the fact that MAGA was the only party during this shutdown actively fighting to withhold SNAP benefits.